Greetings everyone, greetings everyone, greetings everyone. Yes, I made my face bigger. Because I had to test the lighting. Because it's all over the place. Ah, not again. Should be better. It's not really that much better. Anyway, greetings everyone. It's me, Ganesha from Blood Moon Pictures. And welcome to me reacting to the Shadow, to the Jailer, well, not only reacting to the Jailer's finale, but also just wrapping up basically all the story we have left in 9.2, wrapping up all the story, all of it. Like we're gonna watch the cutscenes at the end of Sepulchre of the first ones. I also, basically, like, the thing is, I tried a bunch of times to get the Jailer down, and it took the entire day for me to just realize that I can't pug it, and my raid, we aren't far enough yet. Well, I can pug it, but it's just not working. And, I don't know what I did in the thing. I did record some videos, though, but I will do that here, because there are some videos you're not supposed to see yet. What was the best try, actually? I think it was within this hour. Maybe. Yeah, we basically stood there and tried and tried and tried again. But,
First ones is now mine to wield.
It never really went too well. I think this was the best run. But I was dead, like, for the majority of the fight.
The pattern
I just want to go back to the start of the fight. Can I please go to the start of the fight? There. So basically, the start, I don't know if there's any voice lines or any voice acting or any RP going on before this, because I joined and this is what I saw.
I will claim what is mine.
Yeah, I will claim what is mine, but there was no explanation. There was no RP, and I couldn't find any source on YouTube or otherwise to find if there was RP before. And then basically it's just him taunting us with cool...
Reality crumble. The pattern submits to my power.
Yeah, he's getting angry, which is cool to see. I like when the bad guys get angry because we defy them. Whoops.
Cannot save you.
Yeah, and then the third phase. In the third phase, this is Azeroth. And I immediately noticed that this looks like Azerite Beam stuff. So this is Azeroth. This is Azerite Beam stuff. And when he starts the third phase...
The soul of your world defies me. No matter, it cannot save you.
Yeah, he's pretty full of himself, and you basically have to protect Azeroth. I like the mechanics of this fight, even though, like, at the beginning was a bit all over the place. But basically, you get bombs, you need to jump down the holes to avoid the bombs. It spawns pillars, you need those pillars to avoid line of sight, otherwise he mind controls you with a certain attack. And in the second phase, we have to basically stop the pillars from getting closer to Azeroth. If it gets too close to Azeroth, automatically phase 3 starts. And we want to avoid that for as long as possible. And then we need to soak the attack that he directs to Azeroth so that Azeroth's health, which you can see up there, doesn't deplete. But I think, like, short after we wiped.
Every soul has its place.
Every soul has its has its place, and your souls... Oh god, stop it. And your souls will know only oblivion. I don't know anything else but that. That's all I know about the jailer fight. However, thanks to the YouTube, I am at least able to watch the cutscene, which starts with an in-game one and then with a pre-rendered one, a cinematic one. Not cinematic, pre-rendered. An in-game cutscene with the in-game engine, then an in-game pre-rendered one. And this is basically the end. This is basically the end. And I haven't seen this yet. This is a live reaction thingy going on. You know? You know. Okay. I will, however... I attempted to share the link, but for some reason the message didn't... Message could... Okay, let me just... What? Where is it? Where... I clicked a button and I got randomly yeeted across channels. There we go. Okay. At World of Warcraft, because I can't set it again for some reason. Some reaction and doing things story wrap up. Story wrap up. There we go. Ta-da! There we go. Why are you not showing the freaking thumbnail? I have a thumbnail, you know. A pretty cool one. That was a really funny joke that I worked on for a bit. How dare you not show my funny thumbnail in the Discord? Me. Anyway, this is the end cutscene. And I don't know if there's a little bit happening afterwards or not. We will see. Or before you.
Your mortal eyes fathom.
Is this the... Can your mortal minds fathom? Is this us?
How long I have waited. Every event set in motion. Every pawn put into play. All to claim the power slumbering within your world.
Oh, so... Okay, okay. Azeroth.
Soul of Azeroth.
Oh, what?
Vulnerable, yet teeming with potential.
Okay. Okay. I was always confused what those things meant. That is a great reuse of those asset things. That's a great callback. I have to say, I do not agree with, oh, we always had the jailer in the back of our mind ever since Warcraft 3. I don't like that, because that is absolutely lied. Since since Wrath of the Lich King, I can see that, because the Shadowlands were mentioned in Wrath of the Lich King. I think even in Burning Crusade, a bit, and stuff like that. So I can, if you say it like that, if you say like ever since we needed to know how the story of Arthas ends, we came up with the whole jailer thing. If you would tell me that, I would completely believe that. But this, and that these things had a bigger meaning other than to just look intimidating, I approve of that.
Potential that I will use to eradicate this flawed reality. Death claims the soul of your world.
Oh.
Now, bear witness, mortals, to eternity's end.
Oh, this is the build. This is an actual cutscene plays before you enter the fight. That is amazing. I didn't know that. Because accidentally, like, fully accidentally skipped it because the raid was already has already been formed once I got there. I wish it would play for every player individually when they enter that place for the first time. Seriously, Blizzard, do things like that. Optional skip if it plays individually for everyone, but do make it like, oh, do you want to see the cutscene? Yes, or whatever, you know? Something like that. Please, that's just... But that is... I like that callback. I like the whole, oh, look at this thing that was actually in the game, in the Dungeon Soul Forges or whatever it was, in Wrath of the Lich King, and it looked huge and intimidating, and it actually comes into play, and it's not just huge and intimidating just for the sake of being huge and intimidating. I like that. Why is it, but this video is very quiet. It's on max volume, by the way.
This must not be.
You have betrayed your duty as Arbiter, and shall be bound forevermore.
Your madness has threatened the cycle of life and death entirely.
You could have sought another way, brother. Imagine what we could have accomplished together.
Why, Zovar? What drove you to this end? You preserve that which is doomed. A cosmos divided will not survive. What is to come?
What did he say?
Survive. What is to come?
A universe divided will not survive what is to come, so he sought to just blow out all the lights and do a Thanos. I mean, they would definitely... They would be lying if they tried to base him off... if they didn't got inspired by Thanos at the end of Endgame here. Because that's just straight up the plot. I mean, the thing is, it would also not survive what you did? Huh? I mean, death comes for the soul of our world meant he is coming to the soul of our world. He wanted it to claim its power for itself. So he showed us with every step he did, you will want to hate me, basically. And then he's... I mean, he basically did the anti-hero thing, but what is to come? My first thought, with all the hints that were coming, like all the hints about the next expansion being about dragons, Morozond will turn, Nozomu will turn into Morozond, the evil version of himself, the timeless version of himself, which spawned the whole, like every single dungeon that deals with time travel, basically. Except for the Well of Eternity. No, maybe that one as well. Anyway, and basically he gets corrupted by the old gods. But we defeated all the old gods. And Morozond is still the actual final death that Nozomu saw for himself. Like, he said, oh, in time this will happen. This is the demise I saw for myself. So the only thing I can think of what is to come is basically the Void coming for us. That's literally the only thing I can think of. Unless they pull something completely new out of their butts, and it's like... It's like Legion 2.0, but worse. We just thought of that because we needed a reason for the jailer to not be the worst. Whatever, I don't know. I don't dislike this cutscene. I don't. He seemed just like a guy that would be power hungry. I want everything for myself. Up until this point. Noble also did a video about this a bit more than a month ago. Which I would like to watch after mine. My stream. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, please do not forget we're still raising money for charity Hope from Home, where we raise money so that many places in crisis situations really, Truck, you need to fix your gas pipe output thingy. But basically, I've lost my train of thought. But yeah, I don't dislike it. It was a bit short, a bit lackluster, and a bit like, excuse me, what did he just say? But it actually, in my opinion, tops. Like, we went into this knowing nothing, so we have little to no explanation anyway for everything here, and don't know anything that's going on here. For, I mean, understandable reasons so. So, the next thing, like, I can't finish the quest, and I would like to... Like, I wanted to have seen that. I entered the fight, we got to 3rd phase, and that's it. I didn't even see that cutscene, the first one of the two, let alone the second, because that happens after the death. And I hope there's no important RP I missed, but I will still try to get that boss fight done and bring that to you. But at the end of the day, I want to know what happens here. I want to know what happens now and here, before they reveal what the next expansion is. And I want to talk to you guys about it before I know what the next expansion is. And all of that good stuff.
We stand together against the darkness.
I basically want to get all the information I can get before the new expansion gets revealed. So that I can theory craft. A monumental discovery. Moorwalker Pelagos has stopped by earlier to give a report and said that the Oracle's preparations were complete and you were urgently needed. I was like taking care of the threat to the entire universe because he basically just wants to start the entire restart button for the simple reason of you are not prepared. He basically pulled a way too extreme Illidan. If this is something that can help our efforts, I want you involved. Head to Exile's Hollow and see what they need.
Fight, do whatever you can to aid the Oracle. The fate of the Shadowlands depends on your success.
It's not the fate of our world anymore. Because it's after the Jailer. The Jailer, like, our world is out of danger, I guess. Never mind, that wasn't important. But this is about the Shadowlands, because the Shadowlands is still missing an Arbiter. And maybe Zoval's forces. You're new. Oh no, you're not. Never mind. Maybe some of Zoval's forces or some of Zoval's allies, like Sanguine guy. Oh, come on. not Danny why is my brain saying Danny DeVito? No! He's anything! Denathrius! Denathrius is still out there as well.
You're certain that this is possible?
This land is possibility.
I mean, that's not wrong. Okay, Clea.
I am here for you.
This is a challenge we must overcome.
Lift up those around you.
You're interrupting my research.
Monumental discovery. Mortal, I have monumental news. Sasura has indicated that preparations are complete. It is time to create a new arbiter. Was that mentioned last time? I feel like that was mentioned last time, but I'm not completely 100% sure if that was just mentioned or if I talked and was accidentally spoiled by someone else. Anyway, Restoration Project. Without an arbiter, the very purpose of the Shadowlands has been compromised. Souls flood the maw with no direction. As Sasura noted, Zereth Mortis would ordinarily craft a new being to take the arbiter's place. I suspect the jailer's forces have disrupted the land to the point where this is no longer possible. It is time to take action ourselves and bring stability again to the Shadowlands. Speak to Sasura and see where we must begin.
A new arbiter? To think I will observe something of this magnitude.
Okay. The cycle has been broken. An eternal song stirs, but the threads must be woven. How do we help Zereth Mortis create a new arbiter? She pointed at me.
A symphony of creation needs voices joined in chorus. One we possess, the other we do not. The vessel seeks a soul, one that slumbers in the crypts of the eternal. Only with both will the arbiter sing again.
A calming wind fills the air as... Oh, this is... Okay, never mind.
The crypts of the Eternal? But that area is overrun by Mossworn. How are we to get past them on our own?
We are not alone, Pelagos. Surely the Covenants will aid us toward the creation of a new arbiter.
The Covenants are certain to send aid if we ask. If we stand any chance of breaking through the Mossworn's forces, we will need the help of all of the Covenants. I will speak with the Curian. You and Pelagos can speak with the others, but before you go, ask Firim if there is any way we can gain the support of the Enlightened as well.
I will rally the Curian. You and Pelagos speak to the other Covenants, and see if Firim can enlist the Enlightened.
Firim?
Are we worthy of such knowledge?
Do you have a spare containment trap? Can we additional aid from the Enlightened?
The glories of the first ones will be revealed. I doubt my compatriots in heaven would dare tread on such hallowed ground. But fear not. I, as always, have an idea.
Okay.
Kabato, we have need of your assistance. Kabato? Perhaps you can awaken it, mortal.
Poke.
Ah, there you are. Meet us near the Eternal Cliffs, Kabato. It is time to fight back against the Morsworn.
Kabato, Combato. You know. Obviously not.
What do you seek? There is always more to learn.
And now? Help from beyond. Venthyr forces met. Okay. Also, seriously, today morning I looked up, okay, what do I need to unlock flying in Zereth Mortis? And I looked it up. At first I was like, oh shit, I have nothing unlocked because the links from Wowhead basically give you the blank thing. And then I looked like, okay, definitely done these things. So I looked them up.
A new Arbiter. A chance to restore balance to the Shadowlands.
So I looked it up in the achievement list, because you need an achievement to unlock flying. And I had everything except for 3
Could
little
there
items.
be any greater act of service?
I don't think so. But I flew the wrong way and you still got triggered to talk to me. That's interesting. But yeah, basically, I was only missing 3 little items. Which are like the little Firim's notes, which one was here, one was here, and one was here. And then I had flying. That was all I needed. That was just everything else I just automatically by chance did without knowing that I needed to do it. Well, I mean, the story as well. I knew I kind of needed to do that, but you know.
With a new Arbiter in place, I hope every soul finds the afterlife they truly deserve.
Oi, Nadja.
In life, I was unbeatable.
I need your
In
assistance.
death,
Revendreth stands beside you, Moorwalker. To battle! Let us hope your plan works. Revendreth needs anima, and for that, we need souls that deserve redemption.
That's the point. They deserve redemption. Okay. I love the theme of Revendreth, Vampire, and the redemption theme. I love that combination. Love that design combination.
Nadia has a point. But if you ask me, well, I think every soul deserves redemption.
Every soul deserves redemption, given that they did something they have to redeem for, you know? Like, there's definitely souls out there that didn't do any bad and thus don't need redemption, so, you know.
It is good to see you, Moorwalker. Do you need a bear?
Nice one. We are far from Ardenweald, but I will defend this land as I have long defended the forests and the wild. Will you bring your forces to fight with us?
Keep your claws sharp. The might of Ardenweald is yours, Moorwalker. We have always watched over the Great Cycle. I hope that this new Arbiter will do the same.
I mean, they are legitimately straight up designed and programmed to do so. So I guess yes.
To watch over the Great Cycle, the Arbiter's decisions affect more than just souls, but the Shadowlands entire.
There's something just... Oi! You fucking... Why is the music cutting out so weirdly? You little piece of poop bird. I thought you couldn't get demounted midair. Oh, Maldrax is over here. Okay.
Something to report?
We speak to you from all people? I thought we would speak to Draka or one of the barons or whatever. I will bring you. Will you bring your forces to fight with us?
Soldiers, you heard the Maw Walker. We march on the Endless Sands.
Emily is just.
Let's see if this new Arbiter proves strong enough for the task ahead.
Emily is just zooming. Let me at him. Let me go at him. Okay, well, I need to go that way. Have you something to say about Maldraxxus, Pelagos? No?
Mevix is right. The Arbiter must have the strength and resolve to do what must be done.
What is it? You have need of a huntress?
I thought that was Clea's for some reason. Between the strength of the Covenant's forces and Covenant forces and the help of the Automa, we should be able to reach the crypts. Oh, okay, a bunch of quests.
Their song flows through me.
The song incomplete. Harmony is needed. Don't move the foliage. It enhances his abilities. Okay. Incomplete. Harmony is needed. Seek those who scry. Send them to serve the cycle. Mawsworn hold the keys that bind. Take the keys that set them free.
The cosmos has been shaped,
Mortis are endless.
Giants litter these sands, mortal, but I believe we can revitalize them. The smaller Automa that are hiding in the desert can be utilized here. Use my motivator to rally up them to our cause. If we can gather enough, their energy can replenish these defeated behemoths to bolster our forces. Return as many as you can to me, and we will put them to work.
Will I ever?
Stand strong.
Mawwalker, my scouts report that the Mawsworn have dominated two Automa oracles to aid them in battle. These oracles will most certainly predict our strategy and our ultimate goal, if given the chance. We need to eliminate both oracles before we enter the crypts. With them out of the way, the Mawsworn troops won't know what we're doing until we're finished with it. Take Emily with you. She's eager for battle.
Show no weakness. You and Emily eliminate those oracles. We will prepare for the assault.
Great. Is there another one I need to do? No. Okay.
shackles and chains. You shall be silenced.
The scribes will be sought. Oops. Let's motivate a little...
Your cosmos is forfeit.
Your forfeit. Actually, probably more than just 4 feet tall. Oh. I hate that. Let me get all the amount I can. And there. Motivate your Automa, return to Ferry.
I will put your corpse to use.
Oh, you said that.
Another minion for the Banished One.
Were you saying that as, like, after you die? Because there's clearly one less minion now. You understand math, correct? Plus and minus negate each other. And even that, there wasn't even a plus to begin with. Do I have... No, I'm missing a key. I can do this. 5 little Otoma buddies. I will return them first. Because... yeah. I have all of them, and I do not trust my luck. Fareem? 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 Excusez-moi. Oh, there he is.
With enough Otoma, we can vanquish the Morsworn.
That's not wrong. But yes, do keep in mind we're still raising money for charity. Project Hope is assisting civilians in crisis situation, in countries within crisis situations, from natural disasters all the way to wars and similar. Where's my pet dead? And right now they're focusing their efforts, especially through this campaign, they're focusing their efforts on the Ukraine situation, and they do so by assisting assisting the civilians with providing medical supplies and personnel to places and people in crisis. And yeah, if you donate money, you can help us and help those people by receiving medical medical supplies and personnel and attention to people in need within that within crises like that. Again, currently the efforts of this campaign are focused on Ukraine, and it's about helping those affected by war the most, which are the civilians, those and the refugees. The civilians and the refugees, and we should help them. They can't change what is happening, and they can't do anything for, like, it's not their, it's like their fault the least what is currently happening. Especially, and those are some of the examples where those medical equipment and personnel will go to young mothers and children.
You are a fool.
Why did you target that rat? Young mothers and children, families families and people with deficiencies. Okay, this is a bit clutch. Okay. Woo.
Your envy is palpable.
And there we go. Now I need to defeat another oracle. Over there. I didn't even know that there was one. This is so much nicer and easier with flying. Hello there, Oracolino.
Fall to dissonance. He will reshape reality.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't want to destroy reality. I mean, he wants to destroy the current reality, but he wants to rebuild it after. But yeah, I mean, that would mean like not even death, but like discontinued existence of everything. We wouldn't just die and go to the Shadowlands. We would just disappear, apparently.
The fractals.
Well done, mortal. Soon we shall see the results of our efforts.
Excellent. This plan will almost certainly succeed.
Maldraxxus.
Perfectly executed, Klinatu. The loss of those oracles should keep the Mossworn in the dark.
We follow the will of the Primus.
Voices freed. A symphony in stasis. Their moment will soon arrive.
The chorus gathers. Soon our voices will merge.
A stillness falls.
Well done. I will check on the others.
Firim, you have the next one?
I will glean their secrets.
This is it, mortal. The forces you have assembled should be enough to break through the Mossworn and reach the crypts. Getting inside, however, will require more effort. The Mossworn have barricaded the entrance. Kabato will carry you into battle, eliminate the Mossworn, and destroy the devices that empower the barrier.
Climb onto Kabato and ride into battle. The other Atoma will begin their assault.
Controlled Automa Shell. What are you all about? Oh, are you one of the these big ones? No.
Yes! It is time to strike back at the Mossworn.
Oh, it's one of those big guys. Nice. Yes, it's time to strike at the Mossworn. I love this guy. This is cool. Seeing like all the people we have collected along the way. Like, go charge into battle like that. I want more like that. Like in Battle for Azeroth, that kind of never really happened. I mean, the setting kind of didn't allow it to happen as well. 4-finger death punch. 4-finger beam. Kobot Kai. Kubota Kai. Okay, what is you? Twin beams, both, okay. How do you look? Okay, you don't do as much damage as I thought. You still killed him though. I'm sitting on the big robo. With a little buddy? Yes. Nice. Yeah, I have nowhere close to enough forces destroyed. Where are all the forces? And poop. Could these forces be like closer together? Somehow? Will this do... Oh, it does percentile damage maybe? Oh, what? It doesn't do percentile damage. It doesn't do a lot of damage in anyway.
Now is our chance. Kabato can destroy the barrier at the entrance to the crypts.
We must push for the crypts! Trample the Mossworn!
Can I trample the Mossworn? Or is it just a general, like, Ardenweald thing? Trample the Mossworn. Yeah, let me just, Ow. Destroy. Yeah. Why am I? Okay, maybe the twin beams are better for this thing, or maybe not. This has a ton of health. Or maybe it is. Never mind. You were so slow, Kabato. I mean, no shame in that, but like, goddamn, I want to get done today.
Go! We will hold the line while you explore the crypts.
You are interrupting my research.
By the first ones, I never streamed. Why did my brain read stream? Dreamed I would see this place with my own eyes.
You can never research too much.
Harmonies merge between us.
Creation calls, can you hear it? Yet darkness lingers below, taints the ancient melody. To forge anew, peace must be restored. The walker must walk and protect. There is much to be done. Lead the way.
The design must endure.
I mean, it's the Domination Automa. Wait, what are you?
A song distorted. The crypts defiled. Howls of wrath and agony. Where once first breath was drawn, now only pain endures.
Our voices are muffled in the lingering dark. The order of things, essences of ancient souls tempered with, they bleed from each room. The walls must be restored, the flow of souls redirected. The spheres hold the key, seal the breaches, restore the flow, then the vessel may be filled. Unforgivable intrusion. Darkness spreads dissonance throughout these halls. Mossworn drain life from the air and give only suffering in return. This must not be. If the song is to be restored, silence is needed. The Mossworn must be destroyed.
Align the spheres. Only then can harmony be restored.
Fair enough, there's five chambers.
Those must be the spheres.
Oh, hi!
Try pushing them into place.
I didn't notice you were with us. I'm sorry. There are 5 Eternals. Damage Atama slain, Darkseer, Corruptor slain. Oh, you're... Oh. Okay. Just automatically rolling into position. Interesting. Interesting. Darkseer Corruptor. Okay, let me destroy you.
You have sealed your fate.
I don't think so.
This was expected.
Dying, it's like, yeah, I thought that would happen. Dies. This was to be expected. Oh my god, just imagine accepting your death, like, yeah, I saw that. Yeah, can see why that happened. Like, okay. Saw it coming. Like, oh my goodness. I mean, it probably is meant in a threatening way, like, oh, you... like, I was never meant to survive the eternal big plan, whatever the heck. But, like, you know. Again, the story of the jailer could have been made so much better by just admitting, oh, like, it happened all later and stuff like that, and the Eternal One, the entire thing with the Eternal Ones is a bit too much over the top. Like, if they would have been like Eternal Ones equals the Shadowlands version of the Titans, then fine. And so far, if I'm concerned, that's how I'll see it. They'll probably sooner or later retcon it. That basically every realm, like every plane...
He will be made anew!
He will be made anew? Oh, so you're trying to corrupt it to reforge Denathrius.
You think you have won?
I mean, I did win in a 1v1 against you, so yes, I do think I've won. You don't breathe anymore, I do. That's what I count as winning. But yes, like, yeah, maybe just made it like that and they died, or like they disappeared for whatever reason. And
if
like,
this is where the Arbiter was made, then which came first? These souls or so many questions.
Good point. Good point. But like, I guess your first ones were actually able to manipulate souls, etc. themselves. So I guess like before, like the Shadowlands were made in order to like be a step in between full-on death and like the final death, so to say, which is like when you die in the when you die as a Shadowlands citizen, basically you're that death is your final death, and then your soul is basically 100% like recycled into the next life form. Or souls are a finite resource, and have like a finite amount of... This one's not changed. Okay, so my theory with 5 Eternal Ones, 5 chambers, seems to be fitting, because like they want to restore Denathrius, I assume. Like from the tiny voice line hint and that one being completely normal and intact. It just seems like, oh, we don't just want to reforge Denathrius, everything else, for every other reason that, like, we don't have any other reason to be here. Other than, so you don't have it. Makes sense. Yeah, I guess, they created the Shadowlands, basically.
These souls can be used to create the Arbiter. But can they become other beings as well?
They're hinting so much in the direction. Oh, then they try to reform Denathrius here. I know that they were forged in, like, the thingy over there, but maybe, like just like the Arbiter. Maybe. Like, there were only 4 Eternal One... 4 Eternal Ones there, but we have technically 5 with Zovaal. And his prototype wasn't in the battle. That would have been also an interesting boss. To just, like, put how Zovaal was originally intended in there. And, like, I don't know.
Do you need a training partner?
I don't know. I'm just simply on the wrong side. Okay, I need one more demon. But yes. Basically to form like a system behind the souls, because often souls aren't done with their things after dying, and this is like a nice eternity for some. But it's not meant as the final station, because at some point even the people here are gonna die. At least the souls that came here to become people here. And it's basically maybe create an army that fights against the Void altogether. Because in the end of the day, the Void is still a thing to deal with. It even attacks here. And even the Light attacks here. The Light is like the counterpart to the Void. But both forces are not necessarily on our side. We may call the Light in a way our ally, because we are majorly...
You have sealed your fate!
We're majorly part of the Light, more than we are part of the Void.
You think you have won?
So that's a point. And the Void is still just hungers to devour all. And Noble made the theory that maybe the Light is the same. Maybe Light also wants to devour all. Because everything that's like, there's basically a Light and Void spectrum, and it just goes in between. And everything that's too close to one side gets devoured by the other. Stuff like that. Who knows? And maybe all the other realms were basically created in order to hold balance over the physical realm, so that it doesn't get completely devoured by either one or the other. So it's just pure light and pure dark. The golden hour of silence, a space for creation to begin. So basically there's like our physical reality, and then there's light, there's dark, and those are like part of also death, nature, death, life, order, and chaos. That's like the big thing. And the domain of death are what we are in right now, but maybe death, life, order, and chaos are in order to like enable a universe to exist in more than just a pure light or pure void state. And that was like the grand design of the first ones. I'm just ball spitting an idea here, and basically people were already living and dying, but they used the souls of those to do all of this, so the souls came first technically. Yeah. The spheres are in place, a melody builds. Go, bring forth the chorus of scryers, that the cycle of rebirth may begin.
The hour approaches. Summon the scryers.
Okay, Pelagos. Have fun.
Do you see the patterns?
The chamber
The
is safe,
fractals.
we can proceed.
We shall soon witness the purpose of these sacred halls. I can scarcely believe it.
Like, Pelagos is a good...
Time has come. The halls have healed. A new arbiter waits in the wings.
Waits in the wings? But yeah, basically, Pelagos is a good example for souls needing this type of afterlife thing before they can reborn, maybe. Just in order to, like, get a certain cycle of themselves, or of a self-being. Because Pelagos was, as many know by now, we stand together, none may stand against us. Pelagos, as many of you may know already, was a woman in life who always knew something was wrong, something was just wrong. And because in where he lived, trans wasn't a thing, I guess, in their culture, and like not even a possibility to consider, he just never realized, oh, I'm a guy. But then, as he died and came into the Shadowlands, he got reborn. Not reborn, but his shape was a male shape, and he was like, oh, this was what's always wrong with me. And so now he had like time with as his full self, like as one of the examples, and like Draka never fully grew to the warrioress she could be within her life, because her life was cut short. If everyone would live a long and fulfilled life, maybe then the Shadowlands wouldn't even be needed. However, since that's not the case, you know, that's just my spitball theory here right now. The rustle of creation, whisper in the dark, we may begin. Or like, for example, souls that were cut short by their deeds, like for example, Kel'Thas, who got led down a bad path and got killed, so he wasn't able to redeem himself. Now he is able and find perfect peace, and basically the Maw is just sorting out all of those completely unsavable is supposed to be there to save all those. Or maybe because they automatically flow in the Maw without an arbiter, maybe all souls would normally go into the Maw and straight into disexistence. Well, not disexistence, or like the cycle, by just being completely incinerated and then new ones come. But since the cycle is a thing, life is not finite, it keeps regrowing. That is more of the purpose, I guess. But still, it is time the song shall bring life anew. Tell me when you're ready to begin. I mean, let's begin the ritual, I guess. Can you say anything else to me, maybe Pelagos? No. Clea? The winds of change have arrived. I think that's an old one. Farim?
I will glean
The
their
jailers forces have
secrets.
crippled the operations of Zereth Mortis, but with our help, a new arbiter will
Leave
be
me to
constructed.
my thoughts.
Yeah, let's begin the ritual.
The chorus assembles. The vessel awaits. Your voice must join them.
That guy took long. My voice must join them?
Dissonance. A melody lost long ago.
Dissonance?
Something is interfering with the ritual.
Long have we awaited this moment.
Uh-oh.
The Banished One's gambit made manifest.
What? That was...
World soul twisted by death. A maul with which to crush the Arbiter. And now, it shall take this vessel. Argus will be eternal.
What was that plot? Like... Boom. Okay, hold on. Long have we awaited this moment. The Banished One's gambit made manifest. A world soul twisted by death. Argus. Oh my god. That explains, like, a bit why he's, like, the Grim Reaper. You know, like, he was, like, the Titan of Death kind of thing. That, like... This music is the Legion music. And the red thing that struck the Arbiter was Argus's soul arriving. So when Argus's soul crashed into the Arbiter, so the death of Argus... Okay, that is a good plot point. I wish that would have been a bit better explained, a bit better made, but like, the soul of a Titan, probably an equivalent to a first one, smashing into the Shadowlands will always cause something weird to happen, I guess. With like the soul of Azeroth being like a entire powerhouse, the soul of Argus was basically a stillborn death machine, and now it shall take this vessel. Argus will be eternal, so they want to make Argus into an eternal one. Oh, why did you just... Oh, there we go. That is that is a callback. That is a callback with a nice...
Argus draws energy from that soul conduit. Maulwalker, you must destroy it.
What? Where's... Oh, there. I am so dumb. But I seriously thought they would do a Denathrius. Maybe not. Growing hatred. Oh. And I have a disrupt. I forgot that I have the wrong pet out. Oops.
Again, Maulwalker! Destroy the conduit!
Okay. What's that? Unified Assault. Damage taken by 50% increased. Cone of Death. Okay. I kind of really like this callback. Even though it, like, would have been nice if there's like more, there was like more hint to it. more hints to it. Because the other Titans kind of survived death in a way. But maybe because the one who struck them down was actually like someone who wanted that to happen that way. Freed. I freed one with this.
The song is silent.
Mawwalker, what happened?
So, Paul Argus never had a chance to truly live, and he just wanted it to wanted it to end. That's sad. Distance lingers, a pure tone is needed, reset the cycle anew. A pause devoid of breath, a melody lingers on, the cycle awaits a voice. You are unsure of what Teshura means. Perhaps you should try to set up the ritual again? Starting with the vessel and the scryers.
The melody fades, a plaintive refrain. The cycle awaits a voice.
Examine vessel.
What is she talking about? We don't need riddles. We need answers.
What's our next plan, Mawwalker?
There must be another answer.
Though somewhat attacked, there's no sign of life within this automa. I completely skipped over what was there. God damn it. This automa appears hopelessly shattered. There's no chance it will function again. Sparks will still flicker across the body of this automa. Examine automa. Scryers examined. Speak with Clea. And the vessel is probably also completely broken. I do not wish to say it, but it seems we have failed. Without the Arbiter to stem the flow of souls to the Maw, the Shadowlands will never be fully repaired. This cannot be the end. Surely you can think of something.
Mawwalker, friend, do not blame yourself. I just wish there were some way.
Remnant energies drift.
There
off the
is a
vessel.
way.
Speak to Pelagos. What is the way? From the start, there has always been just one path. What do you mean? Cutscene?
Pelagos, what do you mean?
In service to the Shadowlands, I offer my soul.
What? No!
I have yet to ascend, Clea. Perhaps there was a reason for it.
But your soul! You do not have to do this.
I know. This is my choice, sister. My purpose.
I do not want to let you go.
Our souls are bound as one. We will never be apart.
Those animations in an in-game cutscene.
A new voice freely offered. A worthy soul, pure and unburdened. Balance
Oh, that music cutoff was weird.
Pelagos? Is it still you?
Yes, Clea. I am whom I have always been. And yet, so much more. My path has become clear. I must take my place in Oribos.
Go in service. Brother of my heart. We will meet you there.
Farewell, my friends.
I realized Pelagos will do something.
Pattern is made whole. We return and continue.
Okay. The build-up of Pelagos all the way to this end, especially when you play the Kyrian, well made. I would have wished to see a bit more of him on all sides of the Covenants. Well, I guess every Covenant got the same story in 9.1, but still. Yo, this cutscene and them like fully lip-synced in an real-time rendered cutscene with Clannatu in the fucking background. Okay, that was amazing. Kudos to the animation team. Kudos to every team that made it possible to make it that good. Kudos to the writers who wrote Pelagos. And also, I'm just a slightly tiny, itty bitty, mini bit biased about Pelagos because Pelagos is baby, he's son. I want to hug him, and he's amazing. Also, like, the Arbiter is a trans man. Something I didn't think I would see, like an important role like this given to a pre-established trans person by development with so much story. I like this. Like, Pelagos was inclusion done the best I can imagine. Like, positive inclusivity. I have to say this, because Pelagos was one of my baby boy favorites from the start. And I say baby boy because he, like, for some reason, I have dad emotions towards Pelagos a little bit. Just a tiny bit. Similar to how I have them to Sora from Kingdom Hearts. Not as strong, because Pelagos, no offense, but I knew you for maybe 2 years. Sora, I knew for 20. So, it's fine. But I love this I really, really like and enjoy and love this outcome. With this, like, I know what has to be done. Sure, he is pre-burdened with stuff. Like, he has memories and stuff of his own that, like, may or may not affect his judgment as the Arbiter. However, he was trained by the Kyrian to set that aside. Especially with, like, the whole Covenant. Like, I know, this seems like it was planned from the start, if I'm completely honest. It kind of looks that way. A new voice added to the chorus. Well, maybe not from the start where Pelagos was designed, but when they designed that, like when they designed for the, like, as soon as Shadowlands was released, it was at least like, oh yeah, you know? A new voice added to the chorus. The cycle continues, even ever onward. Please let us get a cutscene of seeing how the cycle recontinues properly. This song has been completed, and harmony has been restored, yet Zerth Mortis remains haunted by discord. Distance lingers still outside these walls. We must leave before it finds us. He just zooms out. Speak with the one you call Farim. He will open a way.
What do you seek?
Okay, I didn't even have to talk to you. You just listened. I mean, we're 2 meters at the side, so...
How may I serve you?
I really like this build-up. This build-up and conclusion was real nice. I can hardly believe all we've accomplished. Truly, this is a day worth remembering. We could not have achieved this without you, my friend.
May I share a word with you, my friend?
Okay. Really? Really? Haste and mastery? Are you kidding me? I need crit as a hunter. Come on. I must confess, at first I thought Pelagos was making a horrible sacrifice. I mean, same. But now I see he was giving the Shadowlands all the hope and compassion he holds in his heart. We should go and see him. Speak with Talinara when you reach Oribos. I will meet you there, my friend. Okay, hold on. When Wild Spirits hits few... Okay, this is so great. Gain the legendary effect of... Oh, okay, so it automatically has the Wild Spirits one. The Antlers one, okay.
Our Pelagos. After so long, he has ascended higher than us all.
Yeah. Well, so long. I don't know how long he has been here, but still. And I get an upgrade item, definitely. I mean, it's the legendary. The second legendary. Yep. Let's go to Oribo. If it ends up being like, oh, by the way, the raid continues after this. After this, I will be... I mean, we saw, like, the raid continued after this. Like, you fought the jailer after this. Don't worry about it. Then... God damn it. But yeah, I will bring this to conclusion. I will play every available storyline I have from here. Okay, speak with Talinara in Oribos is what over there. I just wanted to check that I not accidentally have the wrong thing selected here. Souls entwined. Gosh. Whew, okay. Talinara.
Hear the words of the
All
Arbiter.
lives are entwined with the Arbiter, even your own. May I visit the Arbiter?
I will
And tell Adrestes I am sorry I could not become an acolyte.
Somehow, I think he will understand.
Mawwalker, my friend, without you, I may never have found my path. Now I can direct the flow of souls to the afterlives they justly deserve. Yet one goal remains before us. To truly restore balance to the Shadowlands, the Jailer must be defeated.
I have faith that the Mawwalker and their allies will succeed.
Go in service, friends. Oribos and all the Shadowlands are counting on you.
And Rollswolf was with us, but Steve wasn't. Oh, they changed places, okay. Okay, so defeating the Jailer comes after
not
this,
only
which is great.
Bastion, but all of the Shadowlands.
Okay, Pelagos is right, but if anyone can accomplish that, what is needed, I believe it is you, my friend. Safe haven. Let's return to Bolvar, return to Zerth Mortis. You should report back to Bolvar and tell him of what we have accomplished. We may have achieved this victory, but there is still much to be done.
I shall fight for all we believe in.
Yo. How's this just... Yeah, I do not trust you. Add on. Can I reforge this with different secondary stats, by any chance?
This is my calling.
But yes,
Trust in the purpose.
leave the Arbiter's Chamber. Did the surroundings of Oribos change? Is a detail I want to look at. I mean, upstairs I can see the outside anyway, so... Nah, it's still pretty dark. It's still very dark. But I would love to see if Pelagos restored the flow of soul. No, he didn't. He did not yet restore the flow of souls towards the other afterlives. It probably can't because of the jailer, I assume. But that's fine. I hope if there comes more, I don't have to defeat the jailer in order to unlock it. I hope I can do all in one go now.
What news?
The time to strike is now.
The balance must be restored.
Haven. A new arbiter has been established. This is excellent news, Klanatu, and a massive step towards restoring balance to the Shadowlands. Your efforts here will not be forgotten. However, it is still only one step towards our goal. We must continue to strengthen our position in Zerth Mortis and drive the jailer's forces out. Our work continues, but with you on our side, victory is that much closer. Thank you.
The chains of the past.
The jailer's defeat.
Mawwalker, we have much to discuss.
Okay, the jailer's defeat. At long last, we have thwarted the jailer's schemes. Yeah, kind of did this like a moment ago. Both the Forge of Afterlives and Azeroth's world soul have been have been restored, and the shadow. Wait. The soul of Azeroth has been restored? And the Shadowlands can now begin to recover from the anima drought. I know it is in your nature to push ever forward, but this was a monumental victory and it deserves a moment of reflection. Oh, please let us say that the next expansion starts with, oh, don't worry, everything's actually just fine. And here's some little, like, not too threatening things. Like, oh, yeah, there's a dungeon with, like, a few, I know, bandits, murlocs, whatever. Nothing too menacing. But we can take care of, well, but, yeah, you can go in there if you want to. And then it's like, oh, wait, something's building up in the background and no one wants to believe us. And then, boom. Player housing! Both the Forge of Afterlives restored Shadowlands recover from the anima drought. I know it's... oh, you already read everything. Okay. Witness the jailer's defeat. Again!
I fear darker days.
This must not be.
You have betrayed your duty as Arbiter, and shall be bound forevermore. Your madness has threatened the cycle of life and death entirely.
You could have sought another way, brother. Imagine what we could have accomplished together.
Why, Zovar? What drove you to this end? You preserve that which is doomed. A cosmos divided will not survive. What is to come?
People have called this in comments that he has been Bionicle-fied. And I love that he looks like a Bionicle that way, kind of. Poof. Yeah. I like this end cutscene. I just wish the build-up of the jailer would have been way better. Because it was, like, let's be honest, it wasn't. You could have made him mysterious in a different way. Not just saying, oh, we have no idea and he's not even hinting at it. But like, I don't know. Hinting that there's more. Hinting that he's not just power hungry and wants everything for himself. Anything, you know? A new era of the Shadowlands begins. Also, don't connect him to legitimately straight up everything. Make it like, oh, that the Legion did what it did was kind of cool. Was kind of like, yeah, it really played into our goals. Or something like that.
We all have our burdens to bear.
Prisoner of interest. With the jailer defeated, we must now turn our attention to healing the wounds he inflicted upon the Shadowlands. That process begins with Sylvanas the Windrunner. Though she proved instrumental to our victory, the terrible atrocities she committed have been neither forgotten nor forgiven. She is to face the new Arbiter's judgment in Oribos. Oh, perfect. Uther awaits you in the Ring of Fates. Together, you will escort Sylvanas to the Crucible.
I shall deliver the Crown of Wills to the Arbiter. Then we will bear witness to the fate of Sylvanas Windrunner.
How can I help? Farewell, friend.
Okay, let's do that. I'm interested what the Arbiter will say about Sylvanas Windrunner. I'm still kind of sad that Arthas got the treatment of like, yeah, he never was given the chance. You know, but Sylvanas is given the chance to at least step before the Arbiter. Fine. Like, in the end of the day, yeah, sure, his soul was claimed by, like, the way his soul was claimed by everything. Oh, hi. A lot of Night Elven souls. And a lot of people of the Shadowlands, but no Azerothian people, interestingly enough.
Be warned, their words will be harsh.
I expect no less.
Word of Sylvanas' arrival has spread throughout the Shadowlands. Many wish to see her pay for her crimes. The Arbiter awaits us. Though few are allowed within the Crucible, several who hail from Azeroth have been granted permission to bear witness as he passes judgment on Sylvanas. Yet we are far from the only ones affected by all the carnage Sylvanas has wrought. Her actions have brought pain and suffering to a great many. Screaming back at the Banshee as she passes might be their only chance to speak their mind. Let them be heard.
Come, let us be on our way.
Damn, Cranian would love this. Escort Sylvanas to the Enclave.
You defiled our sacred groves.
Torment is all you deserve.
I mean, that's harsh, but fits your covenant.
Your sins are beyond measure!
How many souls have you doomed?
Oh, many. I mean, that is true. She broke the cycle. No, she didn't.
We trusted you! You betrayed us all!
Yep. I love that orc soul.
My home, my family, all burned to ashes.
No. Okay, I'm kind of interested that there's no Forsaken soul.
Is it justice they seek? Or vengeance?
Anger and pain make it difficult to tell the difference.
That is true. Especially...
Speak, mortal.
Especially with all that's going on. This is a fair point.
The flow of souls into the Maw has ended. The Covenants and the Shadowlands have been restored. Only one task remains.
Onlookers. Okay. Darren Mograine, Bane. This time signed as Horde. Verisa and Alleria. Gen. Jaina, Anduin. Thrall. Darian. The Night Elves. Okay, I thought for a second that was Nathanos. I was like, how the frick? Where did they come from? Where did he come from? Maiev, Tyrande Chandris, Kalia, Arcanus Thylistra, Lothama. I think that's all. And I can't speak to any of them, it seems like. Oh, Talia and Volva are here as well. Yeah, I don't think I can speak to any of them. I can only turn in the quest.
I will judge souls with compassion.
Thank you for joining us, my friend. I felt it important that you be here to witness this moment.
Thank you for all you have done.
Time has come. Let this bring the dark saga of Sylvanas Windrunner to a close and herald a new dawn of the Shadowlands. Speak to me and we shall begin. We will begin.
Let us begin.
Oh, okay. Probably a cutscene, I guess. Yeah.
Sylvanas Windrunner. The time for your judgment is at hand.
Oh yeah, that Angie face.
There can be no true justice without compassion. And I can see your deeds bear the mark of the Jailer's influence. An influence we failed to contain.
The Jailer did not control me. My actions were mine alone, and I accept their consequences.
Then, you know in your heart to whom you must answer.
I submit to the judgment of Tyrande Whisperwind.
Entrusting justice to your most fervent adversary. Are there any gathered here who object to this fate? So be it.
What game do you play now, Banshee? The Sylvanas I hunted would never submit to the blade of her enemy.
Death would be a merciful end, Tyrande. And I do not expect your mercy.
Your newfound remorse might be genuine, but it can never erase all you have done. There will be no peace for you, Windrunner, until there is peace for the souls of your victims. The prisoner is in my charge now. Bring her!
Okay, I did not expect that. But that is very interesting. That is so very, very interesting. I mean, she has brought pain. Oh, so many characters. Is this the in-game cutscene or pre-rendered? It's in-game! It's in-game. We got the same, like, one quest earlier, where Klinatu, my character, was standing right next to Pelagos when he, was talking, and you could see the lips being lip-synced. The only issue is my computer, sometimes a bit, because my graphics card is old. But damn! And also, this ending is like, yeah. I agree so far with giving Tyrande Whispwind the judgment like that. There must be more, though. Like, it feels like there's more, and we will still, like, this is not the end quest.
I am honored to serve.
How could I possibly pass judgment to Tyrande's satisfaction when she and her people were the ones most wronged by the Banshee Queen? Again, she hurt a lot of people and did a lot of bad things, but yes, she personally did the whole thing, yeah. It did. Like, they really upped their game.
Go in peace, Mawwalker.
But also, hi, how are you? When I became the new Arbiter, I vowed to myself that I would listen to those around me, to take their counsel into consideration before passing eternal judgment. I have an inkling of what Tyrande intends for Sylvanas. Her fury is tempered by wisdom, and I trust in the decision she has made. I mean, technically you should already know her judgment, because you can just look at people and be like, oh, I know everything about you now, with the powers of the Arbiter, right? Meet her in the Ring of Transference and see her judgment come to pass.
True justice brings both punishment and renewal. I trust in Tyrande to achieve both.
True. That reminds me of a scene in the RP, like the main RP me and my group have, like me and the Moonlight Beasts, like everyone who has the last name Moonlight Beast on the server, basically, on the Discord server. And basically there was this, like, this group of, this town of dwarves, and the dwarves have lost all the kingdoms, and the last Great Dwarven Kingdom got completely annihilated over 700 years ago. And basically every single supernatural being is now just a refugee at best. Except for vampires and elves, and because the elves have still a little small hidden town that they were able to hide away just last second. And the dwarves, like, got so angry because they still are being hunted and attacked that they at some point just, like, were like, F this, let's grab weapons and kill a bunch of guys. But they, like, the majority of humans don't know that they even exist. So they just killed a bunch, like 50 innocents, just by blind lust for revenge. And we had to pass judgment on them as the ones who were basically in charge. So So we did that. Okay, I just noticed that, like, the Rune of Death in Elden Ring is a circle with spikes. And this is a circle with spikes, but Elden Ring was not released when World of Warcraft came out. When Shadowlands came out. And this design has been here since Shadowlands came out. And this was, like, the sign of the Arbiter, of the former Arbiter, aka Zovaal. Huh. Interesting. But yes, and we basically told them, even though you did an atrocious act, you will get judged according to the law of humanity, which was basically a lifelong sentence with chance of redemption. However, yeah. Maybe not, like, yeah, with a chance of redemption, basically. A chance of redeeming oneself and seeing the errors of one's ways, etc. Which opened the mind for, like, in the roleplay, opened the mind for the dwarves to, like, yeah, okay, you know, they're not that bad. That's a great way of dealing with supernatural stuff.
Sisters. But judgment comes.
Ah, Clunatu. That's a great way to dealing with supernatural stuff. Thank you. It's a huge world building. It was a huge world building endeavor, and has been since, because basically the basic way to describe it is everything in real life, literally everything in real life, every single thing, as small as it may be, is canon to the roleplay, to our sessions, with, like, slight adjustments, like, oh, behind this event there was, like, a supernatural cause, or behind this event there was, like, schemes of people dealing with supernatural things, like the hunters and stuff like that. There is, from a couple of years back, a Halloween special where it basically brought that basic thing into it, talked about it. But yes. Ah, Clunatu. You have little reason to listen to my words, but I offer them nonetheless. That is definitely different depending on Horde Alliance and friend, like Sylvanas supporter and not. I've always loved your world reading. Aww, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Spirofruit. I'm very happy to hear that. Listen to my, you have little reason to listen to my words. There we go. But I offer them nonetheless. Nothing I say or can, or do can change what I have done. My judgment is at hand, and I accept whatever comes. In life I fought to protect my home. It is good that Azeroth has you and your allies to defend her. Farewell.
My bow is at the ready.
After witnessing Sylvanas' deeds during the war, I feared the last vestige of the sister I knew was gone forever. But when I heard that what transpired here in the Shadowlands, I had to come and see for myself. I'd understand if you thought me a fool for still having hope, but I have lost so many that I loved. If there is even a chance that a spark of the Sylvanas I knew has returned, that I refuse to give up on her. I know. Spiral Fruit is a name hard to forget. Especially since I designed a little logo for you once.
We each walk a line. Choose yours.
As I fought demons for centuries across the twisting nether, I clung to the hope that I would one day hold my son again and stand beside my sisters once more. I could never have imagined the fate that befell Sylvanas or the monstrous choices she would make thereafter. Verisa desperately hopes that the return of her soul fragments means that our sister has been returned to us. I am less certain. But I have learned to be patient. I will be watching.
We do what we must for those we love.
Hatred is a cycle, Kanatu. One that is all too easy to perpetuate. And forgiveness does not come easily to those who have been wronged. Years ago, I implored the others to set aside their grievances and bring the cycle to an end. Only now, after so much has happened, do I grasp the enormity of what I was asking. Hatred and guilt have haunted me, as they have so many others. I still believe the cycle can be broken, though it takes relentless effort and a great deal of time.
We will not allow darkness to triumph.
I'm glad that Jaina made this change. To be fair, I am completely glad that Jaina made make this from, oh no, I hate everything now, to, I hate every single Horde piece now, to, okay, I listened to my own words from back then. The shadow of the things I've seen, what the jailer forced me to do, hangs over me. For the part you played in setting me free, I'll always be grateful. But I cannot pretend that I can simply go back to being the person I was. I need time. I must ask more of you. The Alliance will need your dedication now more than ever. Don't tell us we become a king of the Alliance /Horde /War Chief.
Oh no,
Next expansion, that would kind of suck. If I'm honest, that would kind of suck. I will never forgive the Banshee for what she did to Teldrassil or Gilneas, or my son. Grimmin clenches his fist, but for now, our focus must turn to Anduin. He will need our help to recover from what he's endured. I mean, also, Sylvanas is given judgment again.
We will have justice for the fallen. The beauty of Eversong endures.
We Sin'dorei are no strangers to suffering and tragedy. I have seen my people massacred, my kingdom razed, and all I revered defiled. When Silvermoon at last rejoined the world, it was Sylvanas who extended her hand and welcomed us into the Horde. Those days are long behind us now. The devastation and loss inflicted upon Azeroth by the Banshee Queen is nigh immeasurable. Incalculable, sorry. The knowledge that I stood by the while so much of it happened still haunts me. Perhaps in the end, judgment will come for me as well. I mean, standing by for the good of your people because...
What I do.
I mean, come on. You not really had that much of a choice. It was either that or have all Horde loyalists turn against you because you're traitors, like it happened to Vol'jin at the start. Sure, in the end that turned out well, but with Sylvanas' schemes, you would have, like, she might have just killed you in your sleep before anything happened. So, and then the Silvermoon would have been left to someone she may put in place.
What brings you to me?
Sylvanas had me imprisoned and tortured for defying.
After so long, there is much we need to say to one another.
I know, sisters. But judgment comes.
So I missed a voice line. Okay. Sylvanas had me imprisoned and tortured for defying her. Though the pain she inflicted upon me pales in comparison to that of her other victims. For a time I hated her for what she did to me and the Horde. To me and to the Horde. But hatred is a poison. Once it seeps into your veins, it will spell your doom. It is right that Sylvanas faces justice for all she has done. The guilty must stand before those they have wronged and answer for their crimes.
Earth Mother, guide us all.
When Sylvanas sent her Mossworn to capture me, all I wanted was to escape, to leave the Shadowlands behind and return to my home, my family. And yet this journey has taught me so much about my mother, about myself, and about the legacy we all leave behind. This was not the path I would have chosen, but perhaps it was the path I needed to walk.
We must fight together.
Yay, we have Thrall back.
Alone.
We will face whatever comes.
As I sat for years upon the frozen throne, I felt a malevolent shadow upon my mind. I did not realize it was the jailer attempting to twist me into yet another of his pawns. It took all of my resolve to resist this influence, and still I have no way of knowing how many of my actions furthered Icecrown Citadel's true purpose. Yeah. It was stated and mentioned that he did change in his mind after the crown was ripped from him. That is what is most insidious about him. Even after the jailer's defeat, the doubt he sowed within each of us lives on.
What might your purpose be?
Balance has been restored. Balance has been restored to the Shadowlands, Mawwalker. A new Arbiter speaks, with a voice for all to hear. To that end, Arbiter Pelagos invites you to visit him within the Crucible whenever you choose. Oh, thank you! I love that. Blessed be his voice.
Until we speak again.
In life, Sylvanas Windrunner served as Ranger General of Silvermoon. If you had told her then of the atrocities she would commit in undeath, she wouldn't have believed you. We all sometimes harbor darkness in our hearts. I nearly succumbed to mine. What I did to Arthas, I could have become the first step on a path of damnation. Yet from understanding flows compassion, and compassion can save us from any darkness. It is an ideal to which we must all aspire, though we must never forget what it does not come easily. That it does not come easily. Okay. I think... Okay, I have 2 more to go. I want to read all of them.
The Wardens are watching.
Do you believe this to be justice, Hunter? That Sylvanas be allowed to endure after slaughtering countless innocents? There was a time when rage clouded my vision, and I turned my glaive against my own people. Oh god, that's finally getting spoken about? And after my beloved comrade, Sira, was struck down and raised into undeath, she unleashed her hatred against us. By rights, both our lives were forfeit, yet I was given a chance to mend that which I had sought to tear asunder. Not for my sake, but for those whom I had wronged. I pray Sira may receive that chance as well. As for Sylvanas, I do not know if this is justice, but I believe that it is right.
Back to your duties.
Especially you speaking about justice, that means a lot. Especially you speaking about justice for Sylvanas, that means a lot. She always was a big justice fan. Even though her justice was mainly revenge instead. Which was already hinted in at Warcraft 3 that... Yeah. The Kaldorei, those who burned as well as those who survived, have long awaited this moment. To know that the Banshee will be made to answer for all she has done. Many called for her head. Some still do, and I doubt that anything less will satisfy them. But Sylvanas spoke true when she said death would be mercy. And if she can spare souls from the torments of the Maw, then perhaps her penance will prove more valuable than her execution. Yes! However, I do have to say that in some cases, especially if people don't want to see or see the wrong of their ways or want to change the wrong of their ways, I can completely see the logic of they are too dangerous to be kept alive. Or, like, I mean, no, that sounds horrible, but, like, to kept alive or free in any way of sort. Because, like, there's some people who did bad, like, terrible things, and as soon as they have passed their, like, days in prison, or years in prison, they wouldn't necessarily hesitate to do them again. And stuff, like crime lords and warlords who did so many atrocious things, or like people who do the most atrocious things to some of the most innocent beings in the world. I'm not gonna elaborate further on that, but it's just something I want to say, that I've witnessed things in this entire, ever since Pelagos spoke, this like made me think. It's just some people at least belong locked away, and death might be a mercy in comparison. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say on that. There's no one I wish death. No one. Everyone at least should be given the chance of redemption. However, in the sake of fictional stories and storytelling, there are some differences to be made. Like, fiction and real life have to be divided to a degree. Anyway, that's my thoughts. Witness Tyranda's judgment. Oh, this is in-game rendered.
Below lies the Maw, an unjust fate to which you doomed so many. And it will be there that your penance begins. Every soul lost in its depths, betrayed or condemned, you shall find and send forth to the Arbiter, to be judged with the compassion all souls deserve. You will toil there, under Doratha's watchful eye, scouring every darkened reach, until the final soul is free, and you are all that remains. This is how you shall bring renewal to your victims and my people.
However long it takes, it shall be done.
Undo Falador, old friend. Watch her well.
That is... I have to say, yes, so hard to that. Like, yes, just straight up, yes. This was probably the best for every single one involved, how this could have gone like story writers as well as readers and everything, like people who are fan of either characters or hate either characters, this is the best this could have gone. And I'm actually like, I'm not only content, but I'm actually happy with this ending. And I like that even after Elune Beam shot the Night Warrior out of her, that Tyrande chose this over revenge. But is still angry, still so furious of what has happened and transpired. And not just oh, I'm cleansed now. You know? I like this. I really like this. Really, 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 really do like this. You minimize you. Justice for Teldrassil. Peace for the Kaldorei.
The Banshee's penance will save countless lost souls. A fate that would not have come to pass had I slain her in Ardenweald. Perhaps that is why Mother Moon stayed my hand. I thank you for your aid. Soon I must return to Azeroth to begin healing the Kaldorei and preserving our future.
And preserving our... will there be a baby? Sorry, but... I'm so sorry about that. That just made me think of the ending of Cataclysm. Where... Oh, you're pregnant, Agra, by the way. And this is just like... going back to Malfurion. And mending with him and stuff. And... maybe baby elves.
We stand together.
After winning Sylvanas' deeds, I refuse giving up on her, and this is it. But there is a stay a while and listen from probably a pair that has been awaited to be heard for way too long.
Remember those we lost. For so long there had been little more than hatred and malice in our sister's eyes. To at last see a glimmer of the Sylvanas we knew.
I had ceased hoping for such a thing. I am pleased we had a chance to speak with her, Verisa.
I only wish we'd had more time.
As do I. But if she stays true to her word and sees this obligation through, perhaps one day we will.
It will never be like it was before. The pain she inflicted upon the Kaldorei, upon the world. How could she ever answer for it?
I'm not certain she can. But if her penance brings any measure of peace to those she wronged, at least it is a start.
You are right, Lady Sun. Our family has endured so much darkness. We must find a way to cling to hope.
Yes, Little Moon. Mother. Father. Lyrith. They are only memories. We thought our sister was as well. But now, we shall see.
I mean, this is the first time I think their brother was mentioned in a voice line. I don't even remember when the brother died. Was it to the orcs? And also, there is a height difference between the two. And the youngest sister is taller than the oldest. I kind of love that. I mean, she has a custom model, I guess. A completely custom model, so they maybe fitted it more to fit next to Turalyon, except for next to Verisa.
Greetings.
Use every weapon at your disposal.
Okay, it's all the
same.
Aim
true.
Is there any more? Is there any more? Mysteries of Greenery, Finding Tali. Those are not really important. They just unlock some side things. What are you? Oh, replenish the reservoir. Okay, so not important. Like the replenish the reservoir one, why did you have to make it look like with a shield? Like a story quest? Why did you do that? Ring of Fates, Ring of Transference, Broker's Den, the Crucible. Okay. Okay. Now let me go to the the room on the other side to see if there's anything else. I also heard through Twitter posts. Oh wait, hold on, I can talk to you. So where would I find like Thrall, for example?
What news do you bring?
I would like to visit the Crucible. Oh!
Come forth and be judged.
Can't talk. Stay a while and listen. Oh, Pelagos! Yes! And he's wearing the crown. Nice.
When my service to the Kyrian began, and I first learned of the Maw, the knowledge filled me with sorrow. A mortal life is so incredibly brief. I questioned whether any actions taken within that span of time could truly be worthy of eternal torment.
I confess that as an aspirant, I did not think of such things. Only of duty. It was not until I witnessed Uther's plight that I recognized the injustice of the Maw.
Never again will a mortal soul be sent to its depths. All deserve a chance at redemption. Recent events have shown us that a single mortal soul, in fact, every mortal soul, can alter the course of eternity.
Indeed. For good or for ill. In the end, it was mortals and their decisions that shaped the fate of the Shadowlands.
As Arbiter, I will take that lesson to heart. Every soul will be treated with compassion, and will be given a voice in which afterlife awaits them.
So every soul goes to Revendreth before they go somewhere else.
We will claim victory. Together. We fight for Azeroth and the Shadowlands. Fate is ours to determine.
To be there for the Alliance for more than ever.
You have my attention.
I will never forgive the Banshee for what will up. Stay well and listen.
The Alliance must endure.
I can't tell you how relieved I am to see you safe, my king. Even after reading Jaina's reports, I can scarcely imagine the horrors you endured.
There were times I thought I would never escape the jailer's control. The things he made me do.
Those actions were not your fault. You cannot blame yourself.
I should have been stronger.
Anduin Wrynn, you are the strongest man I know. And when you return to Stormwind, the whole kingdom will tell you the same.
I can't go back, Ken. Not yet.
But the people need...
Turalyon will keep the Alliance safe in my absence. And I know you watch over everyone we care about. Old Wolf.
Of course. Take whatever time you need. And when you're ready, please, come home.
Anduin will stay in the Shadowlands for a bit. And Turalyon will look after. So Turalyon will be there for the next expansion, I assume, at least for the start. Oh, this doesn't bode well. Well, this doesn't bode well. I do not trust Turellian's millennia of only good and only good side versus evil side, no in between war thinking, and growing up in a world all orcs are evil thinking, coming back to a world where Horde is evil thinking. I really do not trust that. Really do not. But Alliance being the aggressors and being BS for once, at least morally, would be cool storytelling.
Baladash, Malinore.
Stay well and listen.
Never again shall a king reign in Silvermoon. Well met, King Greymane.
Regent Lord?
I hope the fate of Sylvanas Windrunner brings the Alliance some measure of peace.
Peace? You stand in the Shadowlands, Regent Lord. Ask the dead she sent here whether they feel peace. As for me, that's something I will never know. Not while the monster who killed my son still endures.
I understand. My people are haunted by the deeds of monsters as well.
And what of you? Are you hoping that the Ranger General you served comes back from the Maw, or would you prefer having your war chief again?
I spent most of my life alongside the Windrunner family. Sylvanas was my hero, and my friend. But the Banshee who nearly led the Horde to ruin was neither.
Then you shouldn't have followed her commands. Good day, Regent Lord.
Good day, King Greymane.
An attempt was made. An attempt was made. I mean, Greymane should know a bit better, but
we fight when
still
we must. For Azeroth.
An angry wolf. Stay a while and listen with Bane.
Without honor.
To think we now
nothing.
Stand on the other side of the veil. That those we lost await us here, among these countless afterlives. Is there anyone you would seek out, Bane? For one last conversation before you return to the land of the living?
No need to spare my feelings, Lorthamar. You are asking if I wish to find my father. The truth is, I do not need to. His spirit is always with me, wherever I go, whatever I do, guiding me just as his ancestors guided him. And what of you? Is there someone you would visit, given this chance?
Prince Kael'thas. Long have I held the title of Regent Lord, all the while wondering if I was truly suited to lead my people. I would ask the last liege of Silvermoon if he regrets the choices he made. A chance to mend old wounds, and perhaps feel that the torch has truly been passed.
A feeling I understand all too well. I pray your conversation brings you the peace you seek, my friend.
Thinking about the leaked armor things, I think we might see this in gameplay out. I would love that. Probably, like, there's a chance it won't be in a book, but because it's a conversation thing, a pure conversational thing. But still, that would be amazing. And this is like, if Klinata would even just know about this conversation, he would seek out so many, like in our roleplay with the Grimstone roleplay, like Soractus, the paladin who has led the military of the Grimstones for a long time until the Legion. He became a Curian. Like, we have thought it, like we have talked about Soractus, where would he fit best, and it would be Curian. and he would he already started to, like, as soon as Ebon Bloom joined the Kyrian Covenant, they've begun talking to Soractus to talk to Klenatu again, to remind him of what he is about to leave behind. Because his Klenatu's goal was, I jump into the suicide mission and don't come back. And yet it was supposed to teach him basically keep going. That was like the story arc it was supposed to take. And the Shadowlands never really gave me the option to explore that story directly until the Forsworn have been rejoined into the Covenant, and since then we have been talking about things where behind the scenes, outside of all the story, where Soractus would talk to Klenatu for a long talk that he wouldn't have done anything different. And maybe I'll do a little, like, self-made, wannabe fan-made cutscene, but there were so many things I wanted to do that way, but the World of Warcraft model viewer keeps crashing when I start it, so I can't do it in an animated way, and I can't make I couldn't make Klenatu with the 3D program I have. However, I might be able to now. I will have to wait for an answer for Fandomia about that, because I just got that thought. But making men that are like World of Warcrafty and like hard shapes and corners is hard in that program, because it's not designed. It wasn't initially designed to do that. It's not impossible, it's difficult. But yes, and basically, at this point he would just want to talk to his adopted daughter, Lunuki, again. Because Lunuki was killed in the bombing of Theramore by sneaking away from home in order to help out their ally, Jaina. And being basically the princess of an entire miniature kingdom. And I say miniature kingdom because it wasn't a kingdom, it was basically a guild that had its own piece of land. Like that. So, yeah. She wanted to at least counsel, help, whatever. But since only Jaina survived and the few who did, and many who escaped with ships were taken to Orgrimmar, and she wouldn't have just left with one of the first ships. She would have been like, no, I want to keep my friends here safe. And yeah. Okay, so these are the conversations. Oh, I'm down here now. That were here. I'm glad I saw them. Those are very nice to see and get insight to. And now I have prepared a... Whoops. Oh, criminy. Unlocking secrets, Firim gossip, variations. In Shadowlands epilogue. Spoilers ahead. Sylvanas. Ah, player. Okay, those are the things when you right click them. Those who stood wait. In Balfour Azeroth's Horde players could okay, and Alliance was that. I already got that. Okay. Balfour Azeroth Horde players. Ah. Player. Before I face the coming judgment, I would share words with you. I was recently reminded that we cannot change the past. If you choose to hate me for the things I've done, I could not blame you for it. But know this, we shared common cause once, and you have proven your dedication to the Horde time and again. I hope that you will continue to defend it, no matter what may come. Those who stood by Sylvanas were treated to an acknowledgement of their loyalty. It says, "Player, it is fitting that we share a few final words here, as I stand upon the precipice of judgment. You have shown me loyalty time and time again, even when others spurned you for it. Even when my own actions did not merit such dedication. I'm not certain what fate awaits me. But if one day I have need of trusted allies, I know that I can call upon you." That is interesting. And I love that. And Alliance had no such... The Alliance, of course, had no such opportunity and seems resigned, and the fury that drove her against the Alliance and the living humans seems to have dissipated. So I guess the fury that she felt was hardened by the jailer and the missing part of her soul, and like Garithos. And Anduin has a different option depending on Horde and Alliance as well. In Alliance, I must ask more of you. The Alliance will need your dedication now more than ever, and Horde, no doubt, the Horde will rely upon your courage in the days ahead. Defend Azeroth, player, no matter what comes. Greymane is no difference, which is interesting. Wait. While Greymane stands by Anduin now, it seems that Anduin will likely step back and allow Turalyon to lead the Alliance in his absence. If Turalyon uses that opportunity to strike back at the Horde, Greymane will likely be on board. This echo of the Thrall Garrosh debacle will be very interesting to watch, should it come to pass. I refuse to believe that your fallen war chief feels even the slightest remorse for her crimes. You refuse to believe that she feels remorse? Okay, that does all seem a lot like a no. Like he says it like it is, that he refuses it. Not that he doubts it. When will she answer for what she did to my people, to my son? You have much to answer for as well. He says to Horde. That's like his thing he says to Horde. Huh. That is indeed interesting to see. So they basically, like where it's like different between Horde and Alliance, they say it. They showed here. Huh. Like, I mean, sure, Greymane is an old wolf who has lived through, like, a lot of war with the Horde, and came back to the Alliance when Garrosh was war chief. He never witnessed Thrall's Horde. And like, Vol'jin's Horde, like, could we ever count anything as Vol'jin's Horde? If we are honest. Still sad. And is there a way... I'm confused that for this Judgment Day thingy, Vol'jin wasn't present. Now that I think of it. At least just seen in the back or something. Maybe he wasn't, I missed him, but... Wait! Oh, the Shadowlands are back to normal. Are the souls now flowing? Are the souls now flowing? Let me see. Oh, I mean... Not the way I expected, at least. I mean, those are. But it wasn't visible if they would shoot there. Oh well. Oh wait, hold on. Bolvar! I almost missed you. I'm gonna...
I will aid you as best I can.
I will go... And there's... No, I want to see Kalia. Find Kalia. And... I'm confused that your daughter isn't here, but you had a chance to speak. You said for years that is the most insidious about him. Okay, say well and listen.
The chains of the past, still. Without the helm of domination to control them, the Scourge roams leaderless. Nothing remains to temper their aggression.
But they're still going.
Indeed. The mightiest among them already vie for supremacy. Like vicious warlords in the wake of their king's death.
We cannot allow any of them to seize command and unite their forces. The Ebon Blade must remain vigilant.
And so we shall. Though Azeroth may never truly be rid of the Scourge, we will keep them in check. You have my word.
Icecrown Citadel remains a seat of dark power. We must not let it fall into enemy hands. Perhaps I should return to...
No, Bolvar. Let the Frozen Throne sit vacant. The Knights of the Ebon Blade will safeguard the Citadel in your stead. Talia needs her father.
Darian, thank you. Strange, is it not? We both lived lives of service, and even after facing death itself, we still feel compelled to serve others.
Sometimes, the greatest act of service is to be present for those who need us. Until we meet again, High Lord.
Nice.
We all have a
driven by a
duty
single
to
purpose.
fulfill.
Retribution.
The living can... Oh, hold on. With the jailer defeated, the Knights of the Ebon Blade need no longer maintain their presence in Oribos. We will soon make our exodus from the city and return to Azeroth. However, our vigil is far from over. Without the Helm of Domination to control them, the Scourge threatened to spread across the world like a plague like the plague that created them. The living can enjoy their moment of respite. The Ebon Blade's mission continues.
We must forge our own destiny.
Okay. I love that. I love these insight of characters so much. And I love that there's so many of them. I don't know what to think about that they're spread all over the place like that. I thought those were different people. Or like that there's like they're not marked on the map at least. But then you have something to find, you have something to discover. And I wanna see... Okay, there are those two again. I can find Kalia and... What was her name? Talia, maybe. Maybe Talia has nothing to say anymore because she had her moment. I'd like to see Kalia. If she has anything to say. And we'll go in a circle inside here first. Because I was here. And there's Kalia and Talia, but... Back in time.
We all have our duty.
Okay, yeah, this is
for Lordaeron.
I mean, since we don't need these two here...
There is much to be done.
Can you share your vision of Anduin and the Maw? Can you share your vision of the Mournblade's forging?
We all
I've
have
trained
our
my whole
burdens
life
to
for this.
bear.
There is a stay a while and listen, but I think I heard this already.
Duty calls.
Oh no, Jaina was supposed to be here. For that one.
I'm so relieved you're safe, Lord Admiral. I can't imagine the horrors you and the others endured.
Thank you, Talia. The Maw is bereft of hope. I've only experienced such emptiness once before, when I faced Arthas in Icecrown.
The specter of my brother hangs over all of us like a shroud. His choices were his own, though it does seem his fate was shaped in part by the hand of the jailer.
My father's fate as well. The helm, that blade. Were they instruments of the jailer all along?
The runes on Frostmourne were a type of magic not seen on Azeroth before the Lich King. But that same power is woven into the very fabric of the Maw. And Torghast.
Arthas and Bolvar were not the only ones touched by that dark influence. The blade claimed many lives, many souls.
We cannot allow it to claim Anduin as well.
Okay, yeah, this is old. But you're done now, right? Yes. Yeah. But yeah, people have found out that some things have changed on Azeroth. Like small details. And one thing that might have changed is the rift that you see in Northrend. So we'll check out that one. I really don't think that there is... I mean, I might want to just take a round around here. I mean, there's Thessarian and Koltera.
Well met.
Do you recall anything from the moment of your death, Thessarian? Did the Kyrian came for your soul? If they did, then I have no memory of it. I see. What fate do you suppose the Arbiter would have chosen for you? It is pointless to speculate. What has happened cannot be changed. We can only move forward. And what of you, Koltera? What do you remember of your own demise? I remember you were the one who killed me. You are most welcome.
The Ebon Blade will prevail. What is your desire?
It was during the defense of Kel'Thuzad. I think this one's new. You know how I died, Klanatua? It was during the defense of Kel'Thuzad, under the command of Ranger General Sylvanas. She gave her life to save her kingdom, her people, and for her efforts she was raised into undeath, just as I was. But then our paths diverged. Sylvanas has inflicted more loss and suffering than either of us endured in life. She imprisoned me in the bowels of Undercity for years. I dared to staunch the bleeding with a momentary truce. No, wait. I mean the bowels of the Undercity for years after I dared to staunch the bleeding with a momentary truce. Not even the Ebon Blade could negotiate my release. Say what you will about the Banshee Queen, but she has never relented in life or in death. Sylvanas will not be an easy foe to fell, but
Death
she
alone
is...
I am here to serve.
Okay, but I think I reread you before. I don't know if we read that one before. Like the one I just read. Yeah, you just stare down into the Maw. I'm trying to think where else NPCs could be that we could listen to. But once I did an entire cycle around this, and we haven't seen anything interesting, I will just go back to Azeroth. Oh. Synthonus Wintersong and Yana Bladeleaf. I don't recognize you whatsoever. You get the distinct impression that it would be best to not disturb her.
Is another day.
Are those player characters?
What?
He appears to be listening to something you cannot hear.
Leave me be.
Those both look a lot like, seem a lot like my two Death Knights, one of which is only... only one of which is Allura.
This land tests us, friend.
Admiral Taylor? To think I was less than a year away from earning my helmet. Admiral Taylor sighs despite no longer needing to breathe. Oh no! Oh.
A soldier's duty is never done.
When where did Admiral Taylor die? Don't mind that. That never happened. Do not speak of the yeeting of Icecrown. Someone else had that fate over there. Oh no, wait, that is my soul, okay. And here is Sunwalker Desco, who we talked to before. And he's like, probably looking for a son and wife. I actually do not remember when Admiral Taylor died. Was it during Legion? Or earlier? I actually do not know. Oh well. There's no one else I think I can talk to, so let's go. And see for ourselves how Icecrown, if Icecrown has changed. There, right? Yes. That way. Let's see, there's ice. Nope. It's still there. Nothing really changed here. Huh. Let me go to the Argent thingy, anyway, because I haven't been there in a while, and maybe the event NPC is still there, so I can get rid of, like, the things I don't have in my inventory, but I think I destroyed them. But yes, other than that, I think that's it. I think that is actually it. I don't know if there's any other Stillwell listens. The only one I could think of are maybe in Zereth Mortis. But there would only be, as far as I remember, Kalia. Maybe Firim as well. Okay, Ashal's still here. It doesn't look like the event at all ever took place. Oh well. Still one of my favorite places in World of Warcraft. I wish it would, like, I wish, like, they would have updated this place with the pre-event with just, like, a house or something. Like, something that it actually looks like people are living here again. You know? Where are the portals? I don't remember. There's none here. Oh well. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of the story of Shadowlands, apparently. There will apparently, like, I have heard there will be a 9.2.5, which will be like the epilogue thing. like the actual epilogue or whatever, or like an fluid overflow into the next expansion or whatever. And we will. I was so confused by this. Oh. Okay. But yeah, anyway, but I will, like, also tomorrow stream my reaction, like, maybe stream or record. I will probably stream my reaction to the stream. However, obviously I won't be able to monetize it, whatever, so I will make it like my, like the reaction screen where my face is humongous, the screen is a little bit, is tiny in the corner, stuff like that, just in order to avoid Blizzard coming for my videos and stuff like that.
Have anything ancient to trade?
And also, I
Needs to
just
be
want
at
to,
least 2
like,
centuries old.
show off my reaction, so to say, to show you what I think and feel about. Okay, but where's the legendary? There it is. Can I do anything with you? Can I, like, upgrade you or something? I don't know. But yeah, for now, this is it for today's stream. I hope you enjoyed either me looking through it all, my reactions, my opinions, whatsoever. Even though, like, my opinions are my opinions, leave them as they are. But again, I hope you at least enjoyed my 2 pence, my 2 cents, my opinion, my reaction and stuff like that to everything here. But for today, I will say good night. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like. That would be greatly appreciated. Do check out the links in the description below, especially the first one, because we're still streaming for charity. The event will go until the end of April, and we have a lot of goals that we want to reach. Up there, you can see. Hold on. Hold on. I'll just do this. It's easier right now. Up here. And there's a lot of rewards you can get. A lot of nice things. I'd love to show you. And I'd love for you to actually earn some of the rewards and have fun with them and stuff like that. And you can donate for me to drink ginger juice again and all that good stuff. Check it out. Click the link in the description, the first one. And check it out. And if you can't donate yourself, send it to people who can. Share the hashtag in general, just for the good cause that it is. Because in the end of the day, there are people in need of help, and we should do what we can to help. Just as we are heroes in World of Warcraft, we should aim to be heroes in real life as well. At least as far as we are able to. Like, again, if you can't donate, that's completely fine, and stuff like that. But for now, I sincerely love all of you guys. Check out the links in the description below, especially the first one. And we'll see each other in the next video and/or stream. Cheerio!